going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now,
Jimothy.
So ladies and gents, we are back with another deck profile, making a push towards 500 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe if you do enjoy this content. Now we are back with probably one of my most something that's really close to my heart in terms of being a meta deck, which is Lyrilusc Tri-brigade. I was playing it potentially about 10, 12 months ago now. I took it to a regional and I did pretty well with it. I think I finished like X3 after 8 rounds. But obviously Samorg was legal then, and it was just a problem everywhere. It just did so much, especially with the double recycle Starling, which, might I add, is back fresh off the ban list. So decided to pick the deck up again. Really do enjoy playing the deck, and I believe it's because of the Lyrilusc monsters. I just like the fact that they could just special summon themselves, do a whole load of searching, bait out a whole load of hand traps before you actually commit to any kind of like significant plays. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. So we are starting off with a triple turquoise warbler. This is pretty standard, to be honest, ladies and gents. 3 turquoise warbler just kind of goes without saying. Also on double cobalt sparrow. Now I should be on 3 cobalt sparrow because I'm trying to open sparrow as well as turquoise warbler, but for some reason I don't know where my 3rd sparrow is. I know I've definitely got one somewhere, so I just threw in another Lyrilusc barrel canary just to kind of like make up for it, and I am actually running double Lyrilusc barrel canary with the 3rd one that's been proxied to be a cobalt sparrow. So only the 2 Lyrilusc barrel canary. You don't really need any more than that. You can kind of like facilitate your plays a lot without having a 3rd one, to be honest. Again, it could just be anything else. Next, we are running the double sapphire swallow as well as the single celestine wagtail. Now I have seen an FTK version flying around on the internet and it does look absolutely crazy, but I'm just not too sure about it, ladies and gents. I just prefer to just be a little bit more consistent and go with setting up a strong board and having a bit of follow-up. So I've just gone with the more consistent route, to be honest. Not saying that the FTK isn't consistent, because it's very strong, especially being able to set up a F0, but I just prefer this version. Next, we have got a couple of tech choices. Fabled Cerebral, not necessarily much of a tech choice. It's kind of like mandatory almost, because Telements, with Telements being in the meta and being the meta, so to speak, being able to go into Herald of the Arclight and just kind of like force your opponent to interact with their battle phase, and you don't necessarily die. You might potentially have a follow-up, and then milling things to the graveyard. It does help. So the Fabled Cerebral, just for that reason. The Loyal Guan Yun are kind of having a bit of a brainwave. This could be anything. Pancratops, it could be Triple Tactics Talent. It's a flexy spot, to be honest. A reason I put it in there because it's good going second. It can bait and negate. It can pop a card if necessary. But it's also a Beast Warrior monster, so you can actually use it for a couple of Tri-brigade plays if it ever gets into that situation. But like I said, ladies and gents, this could be anything. Next up to the Tri-brigade stuff. This stuff is pretty standard, so I'm not going to waste too much time going through the engine. We all know what Tri-brigade does right now. So the triple Fractor, triple Nervo, because obviously we're playing a lot of birds, so we want to see some birds in our hand. The double Keras. Previously you could get away with playing 1 Keras, but especially with Telements, Ishizu in the format, them milling your deck, you kind of want the chances of seeing a Keras in hand. So I've decided to go for the 2, as well as 1 Tri-brigade kit. Now if they do mill this or they do mill Nervo, then you're definitely going to be plussing off it, but it does make it difficult to play when your opponent knows that you got Tri-brigade monsters on field. They're just going to shuffle away your graveyard, so you won't be able to link summon, well, special summon via banishing Beast Warrior, Wing Beast, or Beast monsters from your graveyard. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword in terms of that, but that's just the way that the meta is at the moment, ladies and gents. If at any point Telements does get checked, then Lyrilusc Tri-brigade is definitely going to be a deck to obviously be a little bit more of a contender in terms of its tier matchup. Next, onto some hand traps. Now hand traps aren't the flavor of the day, but because you can search DD Crow in this deck, I've decided to max him out. You can still use him for combo, and you can use him once he's in the graveyard as well, and you can also use him from hand. So in this deck, you do get a lot of mileage out of using searching DD Crow, as well as being a little bit an out to Telements. I've also gone for the double Joel and Lockbird. Now, Floowandereeze being the quote-unquote second best deck of the format, I wanted an a main deck way of kind of like dealing with them straight away, and Joel definitely shuts down Floowandereeze, especially because they do so much searching in their turn, just facilitating a lot of their plays. And if you hit the M pen, it's a very, very powerful kind of like strategy, because they're kind of stuck on M pen and you can deal with him. It's the barrier statue which is a bit of the problem, because then you're forced to normal summon, you play into either map or even their trap card. So definitely a nice little tech right there. Next, onto the spells, ladies and gents, and obviously we've gone for the triple Lyrilusc Bird Core. This goes without saying, consistency is key, as well as the triple Fire Formation Tenki. Again, this is just powerful as it is. And for the one-offs, one Core by the Grave, one for one, as well as the one Harpy's Feather Duster. Now, I know Mystic Mine is not in the format, so you don't necessarily need back row removal in the main, but I like having just some form of additional back row removal, just in case I run into floodgates, or if I run into just set or pass. At least I've got some kind of like response to it should I draw the Harpy's Feather Duster, and it's just good all around solid card with no real drawbacks. So yeah, decided to include it. Onto the traps, ladies and gents, and this is very simple. We're running one Tri-Brigade Revolt. Again, you do burn for a lot in your first turn combo, and it's kind of like all or nothing now, because you're kind of like setting up Herald of the Arclight, you've got Appaloosa, as well as Tri-Brigade Revolt in your backline. So you only need the one, I think. I don't know yet because I haven't tested much, but one seems to be fine, because you don't want to see multiples. In fact, you don't want to see this in your hand at all. You just want to grab it off your combo. So yeah. Also, triple Infinite Impermanence. Now, this card could be anything else. Again, the hand traps in this deck, bar the DD Crow, are very, very flexible, ladies and gents, as well as the Loyal Guan Yun. I've gone for Infinite Impermanence. You don't necessarily need it. You could ideally put in Triple Tactics Talents, which is something that I'd potentially have in my side anyway, as well as just main decking other cards like Dark Ruler No More, Forbidden Droplets. It could literally be anything, ladies and gents. I've just gone for the free Imperm. Like I said, flexi spot. Next, on to the extra deck, we have got the double Lyrilusc Recital Scarling, fresh off the ban list. Welcome back, my little lady. Yeah, what do I need to say about this deck? This card, sorry, it searches, it's not once per turn, helps you go into F0, baits a lot of hand traps. If you've got Cobalt Sparrow underneath this, then it can't be targeted. So yeah, all round solid card. Also got the one Ensemble Blue, as well as the one Assembled Nightingale. Again, solid cards, nothing needs to be said. And then rounding off the XYZs, we've got the one F0 Utopic Future, number F0 Draco Future, as well as the double AAA Zeus Sky Thunder. Again, nothing needs to be said. It's good to be able to summon F0 once again. Super powerful card, and the on-board negation and take is just a wonderful feeling, so say no more about that. Next, on to the Link Monsters. We're running one Bear Brum. I wish I could run two, but extra deck is super tight. One Revolt Searcher. Yeah, what more needs to be said about that? It searches your Revolt. If you don't have Revolt, or you have Revolt in hand, you just literally don't make him. You can also discard cards to special summon one of your banished Tri-Brigade monsters, but that seldom comes up, so yeah. Also, I'm running double Shurag. I think you go through one in your combo. You don't have to, but if you want to search your Fabled Cerebral, it's ideal that you kind of like go through one, and then you got one for your Revolt. So I was actually considering playing Monster Reborn in here, which is something that I used to do before, just reborning the Shurag and getting a banish off the summon. So again, it's something that you can kind of like take in if you want to. Also got the one double Dragon Lords Bounce, as well as the Desperate Doom Eagle, and then just to round out our links, we've got one Appaloosa as well as one Access Code Talker. And that is it, ladies and gents. Like I said, it's a new format. Well, say new format, we kind of know where the format's going, but I want to really test this deck and just see how strong it is once again. I have tried to play it previously prior to this ban list, as well as obviously playing it when it was a meta. I do really enjoy the deck. I think the Lyrilusc engine is just fantastic, and It's not such a good deck by itself, but with the tri-brigade, just having both engines basically to be able to work in tandem, I just think it's just crazy. So you probably will be seeing this on the channel at some point, so keep an eye out for that. And like I said, ladies and gents, we are on a march to 5,000 subscribers. So if you do like this content, you know what to do by now. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, all of that beautiful good stuff, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.